So, hey, Darrell, thank you for being here. A couple of minutes. Thank you for giving us this interview. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Is this your first Super Bowl? How does it feel?
So yes, this is my first time being in the media role doing this for the Super Bowl, but this is my hometown. I'm from New Orleans, so it is definitely a big thing for me to do this in my hometown. It's definitely a grateful and humbling experience.
Talk us a little about New Orleans. How does the football works here? It's a big thing. I think it's the city that has host the most Super Bowls in history, right? So, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, they love New Orleans. We all love New Orleans. Our food is awesome. Everyone comes down to eat, to hang out. We're a party city, so a lot of people love to just get out and be able to hang around each other. But for the main thing, they love the food here. It's a great city. And we have a lot of culture in New Orleans as well that people like to experience.
And tell me about flag football. Flag football is a big thing right now. It we saw last week at Pro Bowl. It's flag football. Flag football is like winning more spaces, winning more spotlight, right?
Yeah. So right now, flag football is one of the fastest rising sports, of course, and the NFL has eyes on it. They're definitely investing into flag football as the sport. Of course, y'all know how flag football is in Mexico and how big of a sport it is in Mexico and other countries as well. You know, we have guys from the UK that's here at the Super Bowl experience and Radio Row, and they're here to talk about flag football. So flag football has definitely become one of the biggest sports overall, and we're going to continue to make this thing grow and change people's minds about how they look down on flag football. So we're here to stay.
Also, flag football. Many people it says football in the name, but it's
Right.
not football, right? It's not the same. Skills that you need are different, way different. What are the main differences you can find between them?
So guys train all their life to be more physical and to tackle. And also trained to run over defenders and stiff arm. And flag football is the total opposite. We're trying to be elusive, make them miss our flags. It's more of a finesse game, a speed game, agility. Offensively, you have your hips, your dips, those type of things. When we're not just running over a defender, our football field is a lot smaller. It's 25 yards wide, 50 yards in length versus the normal 11 man. We play 5 versus 5, and they play 11 man. So those are the differences in flag and tackle.
Also, what's next for USA football? You are the main or one of the main, yes, people of USA football, of flag football. What is next?
So we have a documentary that is going to come out on March 4th. We have a new documentary, and it's showing our last year training camps, the World Championships in Finland, and it also shows like the backstory of our everyday lives of some of the players. That's coming out March 4th on USAFootball.com. But we have tryouts next month in March. At the end of March, we have tryouts. They're taking 60 guys and girls to try out for the team, and then they're going to drop it down to 18, and then we're going to have two training camps, and then we're going to have 12 before we go and play in Panama.
Then this question is not. You don't have to say Mexico, but you can say whatever you want. Which one is which country is your hardest
I mean,
rival?
of course, Mexico because they have a lot of talent in Mexico. They have talent all over, but Mexico, of course, have some of the best talent. Um, I think Austria had a good team this past year. They won silver. So you never know who's up and coming. You know, Switzerland actually had an upset against Mexico
Yes.
to win bronze. So you just never know what team is coming. You know, Switzerland had the Cinderella story this past year. So I'm looking forward to just seeing everybody being around it. It's a family environment, and I love seeing all of the other countries.
And it's growing in other countries, right?
Yes, of course. We had teams from Croatia, Serbia. Um, I forgot. It was one of the teams that was from the continent of Africa that was there as well. So it's teams from all over the world now that's trying to get out and compete and learn our game of flag football.
And just we were talking off camera, off record about that you were in Mexico like a week ago. You are participating also. I think I saw you. I don't know. You will say me. Also at the Camac at the
Hmm.
National.
Yeah,
You were there
the
also,
Federation
right?
tournament. Yeah, yeah. I love to come to Mexico. I mean, I love the fans there. It's very welcoming. That's one of the main things I love about traveling and internationally is because they show a lot of love to our flag football players. It doesn't have to be me personally, but I see the love that they show other players, and they give us a a welcoming with open arms. And I love to travel internationally, not necessarily only Mexico, but when I go to Colombia and some of the other countries as well.
How many countries have you played?
I played in Mexico. I played in Colombia. I went to Jerusalem, of course, Finland. Um, that's the four I could think of right now. But I plan on doing a lot more, in the future. But I think those are the four that I went to play in.
And just to finish, thank you again for your time. A couple more questions, or very quickly. Uh, what do you think about? We were talking about the Mexico quarterback, Victor. What do you
Victor.
think about him?
I think Victor has me and Pablo type of. I think he's the type of player we are. He runs. He has a very strong arm. He's a smart guy, and he's young. So I know he's the future of the Mexico national team as the quarterback of the future.
Thank you, and well, that will be it. Also, can you send a message for all the people in Mexico, for all the teams, all the people, all the persons, all the players that are little, that are children, that want to start and maybe be a national team someday?
Yeah, of course. Flag football is a sport that anyone can play. It's very cost efficient. It doesn't cost that much to come out and play this sport. I promise you, you will love it. It's like playing a tag with your friends, just running around trying to avoid them getting your flag. Um, but I love traveling to Mexico. I plan to continue to travel to Mexico. Um, Acapulco was definitely one of my favorite tournaments overall that I've been a part of. Samuel and Mimi, they definitely are two people that takes their time out to make sure that tournament is run really, really, really well. Campy as well. I have to shout out her because she works very hard. That's like my favorite tournament that I've been in, a part of U.S. and in Mexico. Acapulco, the tournament this past weekend was definitely one of the best I've ever been a part of.
We will have a gift for you.
Oh,
This
thank you.
one is from our team. Actually, it's from
Aztecs.
our flag
Is it
football
called
team. Aztecs,
Aztecs?
yeah. It's Aztecs. He plays there. He's wide receiver.
I heard of this team.
Yeah,
I think I
maybe,
heard of this
maybe,
team.
yeah. We play also in this tournament, so yeah, we will be
Which
there.
tournament is that?
Orlando.
Junior Olympic Games.
It's
Oh,
Orlando. It's the one of this one.
okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
will be. It's like in a month, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And well, that's for you.
Oh yeah, no, no. I know which tournament you're talking about in Orlando.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Disney. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and it's a
Thank you, bro.
pleasure.
Thank you for having me.